So, I just watched episode 1 of the Junji Ito collection, and I'm just gonna be straight up. It was bad. Like, I can't tell how much of this episode's quality was derivative of the original source material, as I have not read most of Junji Ito's work. As I said in my last video, the only one I've read is Geo, and that was really good. But I don't know, whatever this story was. It's a kid that like does voodoo kind of tricks to kill people. Um, I don't know if it was the story that was bad, but for one part, Junji Ito's art style does not translate well to anime. Does not translate well to animation. Period. This hyper uncanny valley, almost disturbing kind of look doesn't it doesn't translate well out of the still image, if that makes sense. Like when you're reading a manga, it looks beautiful. Well, not beautiful, it looks creepy as fuck, but like amazing. It looks amazing. But when you like translate this into an anime, especially a anime that is very poorly animated and doesn't have much, they tried to do minimal movement, but it still didn't. It just looked gross and it looked gaudy and disgusting and was it looked really bad. But I mean, it was watchable, but and again, like the plot was really weird because it's this kid that can do tricks to people, but he announces everything to everyone. He tells everything, and he gets like zero consequences for this whole thing. Like he just talks out loud, like anime style, which you wouldn't expect from a manga. Like I'm in the manga, I haven't read it, but I assume he's in his head. But like, and I can't tell when people can actually hear him or not, because half the time it's like he's just talking to someone, no one says anything, and then half the time he's talking to himself and someone's like, I heard that, or someone's like, why would you say that? And it's like, so what's in his head and what's not? There's no boundary there, and it's again, like I've said it 3 times, I can't tell if this is part of the original story or not. Um it was a very there was no plot to this story. I felt like it might have very well been a chunk of an over grander series or a grander story, because it's this kid and it's just sort of like a day in the life for him. He does a couple of his tricks. One of them, he accidentally gets caught about a guy, but saves by a guy, and gets saved at the last minute, and he reaps consequence free, and it's implied that he's going to continue what he's doing, and really doesn't make sense to me, honestly. It was like I'm still looking forward to it because what was weird to me is they did this couple of minute or two long story after the main story that was like about this little girl that transforms into a doll, and eventually like the doll deteriorates into a monster kind of, and that looked really fucking cool. And I don't know if this is a Makaku City style thing where it's a segment to a larger story that's going to continue throughout the whole series. Um, B, it's just a preview for the next episode, which will cover this. Or C, it's just they couldn't figure out how to make that episode a full. They couldn't figure out how to make that short story a full episode, so they essentially just crammed it in. Do that with shorter, like Junji Ito works. Maybe I don't. Again, I'm not familiar with the source material, so I really liked that story, and I really liked the art direction on that, and it was really fucked up, and I love that shit. Like I love fucked up horror, and I liked that. I wish that could have been the episode, and who knows? Maybe it will be the next episode. Who knows? Maybe it's starting a thread for the rest of the series. But if it is, what I think it likely is the condensation of one of his shorter works into the last couple of minutes of the episode. Then I'm gonna be, and if they keep doing that, I'm gonna be really disappointed because that looked way more interesting than the story that we got. It's like I'm pretty sure Junji Ito has this huge body of work. It's like why we choose to. If that makes sense. Why we choose to go with this kind of lackluster story that kind of sucked. Again, they could be bastardizing a great story. I don't know. But yeah, overall, was very disappointed with the first episode of Junji Ito collection. Um, but yeah, what are you gonna do?